Oh, here's the update for all sports from the start of fall to now. Let me start with all the teams I love to laugh at, troll with my friends, with everyone, and anyone who dick rides everything. I will start with the Patriots of the most. I love you, my best friend Sean, when you lose, yet when your beloved bitch boy wins the Super Bowl as well. Unfortunately, Sean, you cannot brag this time because you're not a Buccaneer fan, you're a Patriot fan, despite Cry Brady winning. But I do appreciate Cry Brady winning. Thank God it was him and not Queeves. Nothing wrong with Patrick Mahomes, though, either. I do like Patrick Mahomes. I love what he does. Everybody knows the story why I first initially respected Patrick Mahomes, if you really know me well. Patrick Mahomes, I do like him. Congrats, Chiefs. You got your quarterback. But how in the world would I cheer for the stupid Queefs when I'm a Broncos fan? Don't get me wrong. I don't want to cheer for deflated balls guy either, unlike Ketchup Boy as well. One, I don't know which one I want to pick. Hello, like douche, like a turd sandwich or a giant douche. That was exactly how it was with Alabama and Ohio State as well. Now that the Patriots and the Chiefs are finally laughed at already, I'm going to get to the next one, still sticking to football. Alabama, and of course Ohio State. Alabama, fuck Alabama. Fuck the Crimson Tide. Fuck the state of Alabama, cousin bastard marriaging state, and people who bang their sister. Anyway, Alabama Crimson Tide, I do not like Nick Saban. I have never liked Nick Saban. Will never like Nick Saban, even if he came to Michigan State. And don't get me wrong, he has been at Michigan State, but I was not a fan of football, of any football, until 2000, when I became a Bronco fan, and then 2004 with Michigan State. I'll get to that story some other time. I believe people know that already by now, if you really do know me. With Alabama, though, fuck Nick Saban. He's the dick rider of Belichick. Speaking of Belichick, suck it, Patriots. You didn't make the playoffs. And I cannot believe, for my first time ever as an adult, legal to drink, that I finally saw the day of my life. The last time the Patriots did not make the playoffs, I was 20 years old. I was not legal to drink at the time. Now there's no tomorrow. Back to Nick Saban. Fuck that asshole. He's dick rided. He hates the media. He doesn't give a shit. Don't get me wrong, he's got some good points, but as far as which, he's a dick. That's all I have to say about Alabama. Ohio State, to every one of these people with the Big Ten, they're going to give Big Ten. I'm like, dude. Which brings to the one I like to hate the most, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Everybody, and I still remember this today. Alabama was already taken care of. Now I'm going to get to the sorry-ass Cornhuskers. Ohio State, and many more in the Big Ten, as well as other teams. This is the last for football. As far as the Big Ten, especially Nebraska, you guys were so mad that you wanted your football because supposedly, the coronavirus was going to give your beloved sport back. Well, here's the thing, Cornhusker fans and Big Ten fans. You got your thing back with a revised schedule and a re-revised schedule when it was official. You guys were so mad that somehow your beloved sorry-ass pigskin-touching sport was going to be gone. Tell it to the people like me, us baseball fans, who had to deal with a strike in 1994 and had to miss every single that year, and let alone some of 1995 as well. Who knows if 1995 could have been longer, and I could have not won a World Series with my Braves. I'll get to them later. Here's the thing about you Husker fans. You wanted it so bad because your sport was going to be less talked about if you didn't get your sport. Tell it to the baseball fans of the MLB who actually survived the strike. You guys would not survive anything. Furthermore, in the Big Ten, now the season starts officially after the revised schedule, so a revised schedule, so a third schedule of that. You all thought you were going to be 8-0, Adrian Martinez win the Heisman, whatever, like last year when you said you were going to be 10-2 and Adrian was going to win the Heisman, and I laughed at that too. Scott Frost. Oh my god. Where do I start with this dumbass? And the fans of the Cornhuskers. Oh, he made Oregon go to the national championship. Oh, he gave UCF tie for national championship. Yeah, tie, like he did with Michigan in 1997. And don't get me wrong, I hate Michigan too. I'm Michigan State. That's not the same as Michigan. Remember that. So here's another thing. So it's not the same. I'm like, no, it still is the same because UCF tied with Alabama. Oh, but we have the title. But does Scott Frost have a title at UCF? Has the trophy at UCF? No, it's in Alabama. But they got it. I'm like, dude, UCF is in a shitty fucking conference. Repeat, a shitty, sorry ass conference. But here's the thing about Husker fans. They don't really care unless it involves the Huskers. You didn't care when Scott Frost was in Oregon. You didn't care when Scott Frost was in UCF. You only cared when he came back to Nebraska and played for Nebraska because your sport wanted to bring back ever since the inaugural year of 2018, and you go, and the only coach of your dick-riding Scott Frost for back in 1997 started 0-6 to start the season. And remember what game was canceled? The game with Akron, and who knows if you could have lost that one, but you played a fucking black school in the South called Bethune-Cookman to your replacement. Ha! This is why the Huskers will never be respected. And that's one of many. 0-6. Imagine if that was Mike Riley or Bill Callahan going on. You would have wanted them out the door with your torches and pitchforks, finding them and getting them out of Nebraska. But since you dick ride Scott Frost a lot, you think, give it time. If that was Mike Riley or Bill Callahan, you would have wanted him gone for good, and you would have hunted those guys down. And I know you Husker fans, but since you can't let go of the past with Frosty Boy, you don't want to admit he sucks. 3 years, man. 4-8, 5-7, 3-5. Do not blame coronavirus. Do not blame the refs. Do not blame the players. Do not blame Mike Riley on this at all. There are no more Mike Riley players anymore officially as we speak now. It's now going to be entering his 4th year. Don't blame Mike Riley in the 3rd year or the 2nd year. And even the 1st year of Scott Frost won't. Most of those players in the 3rd year were not Mike Riley's players. Don't tell me what you don't know, Husker fans. You don't know shit about the Big Ten. You should have stayed in the Big 12 because you were much better than the Big 12. And I'll admit to that as a Spartan fan. A true Big Ten team, not some team like you or Maryland or Rutgers. Remember that? Yeah, I remember. And here's another thing about the Huskers. Congratulations, Husker. You're not a basketball school, you're not a baseball school, and you're definitely no longer a football school. You're a volleyball school. But there is one team I do like the Huskers on, because I had a few friends who were on the Nebraska Cornhuskers team. But it was not the football team, the volleyball team, or the basketball team, or the baseball team. It was the cross-country track team. To Peter, Corey, and another friend of mine who was on there, congrats to you. That's the only Husker team I do like. So just because I hate the Huskers doesn't mean every Husker team I hate the most. I congratulate the guy who finally won a cross-country title individual for the Huskers. I said, go Big Red. Something you guys don't think I would do. There's times I also cheer for the Huskers in football. Penn State was one of them. Your new Oklahoma, Wisconsin is my Penn State. Penn State hates Michigan State. Michigan State hates Penn State. They hate us, we hate them. Just like you with Oklahoma or Texas or whatever. Now your new Oklahoma is Wisconsin. So, ending off with that, Scott Frost is lucky to still have a job. I'll tell you one thing. He don't make a bowl game next year, he's gone. I'm lucky he's lucky to last this long because it would not happen with Mike Riley or Bill Callahan. End of story. Fuck the Huskers. Your football team is not what it used to be. Congrats. Now you know how it feels to suck. Yours truly, this Michigan State fan. Oh, and by the way, when you were trolling my team, at least Michigan State won against 2 ranked teams. Michigan at number 13 in the Big House, Halloween, and college football playoff ranked number 8 Northwestern. At least we could beat Northwestern, unlike you guys. And they were a top 10 team, and so was Michigan, which was at number 13 at the time for Halloween. Tell me what you don't know about Michigan State, because, you're worse. I'm like, at least we beat a ranked team. When was the last time you beat a ranked team? Not when Mike Wright was the coach with Oregon. That was the last time, and that was 2016, if I recall. You still suck, Husker fans. You just can't admit Scott Frost is not a good coach. This is why the AAU is laughed at compared to a Power 5 conference. Scott Frost, you suck. You can't admit to that any longer. Now, here's another thing. Now I'm going to get to baseball. Yankees. Oh, all that money, and even the Braves dominated your ass and lasted longer than you. Let alone the Tampa Bay Rays. That was so laughable that the team with the second lowest payroll beat the shit out of you skanky, spanky, crying ass Yankee fans in the heart of the Bronx, New York. Oh, who's your daddy? Don't get me wrong, Boston sucks too. I laughed at Boston because I have a friend who's a Boston fan. To everyone who thought my Braves were going to lose in the first round, I was probably one of the few that said, no, we're going to beat the Reds. Imagine a team that was the 7th seed facing the number 2 Braves. Imagine a team that never scores at all, a single run in the entire series. Remember, with the coronavirus, it was best of 3, then best of 5, then best of 7, and of course best of 7 to end off with the World Series. I laughed at all these experts that said, oh, the Braves were going to lose in 3 or get swept. I was like, I don't think we're going to get swept, and I don't think we're going to lose this time. But given that I'm scared, given that we're up 1-0, we're going to fucking choke, because that's how the Braves are. But when I saw that home run, and my friend Jason was with me at this time, I was... yes. Someone at a place bought me a shot because I have not seen the Braves move on to the next round in 19 years. The last time they did it was 2001. I was a teenager when they last did it. I'm in my 30s now. I cannot believe what I was doing. And then comes the Marlins. I'm kind of a little nervous, but not as much. And we swept their asses too. And remember, Miami Marlins, or Florida Marlins at the time, now Miami Marlins, didn't even win a game. And they thought they were going to beat the Braves too, in 4 or 5. Now I'm thinking, hallelujah. We're now in the final 4. We're in the 4. We're the 4 left. We got one more chance. And if we beat the Dodgers, we win the World Series. Unfortunately, this was the time I was a realistic Braves fan, coming out being more realistic than pretty much overconfident. I said this before, during, and after the championship series started with the Dodgers and the Braves. I said this to my friend, and my friend Jason, Matt, Sean, and everybody that knows me proves me wrong, can prove it. I said these 4 words before Game 1 started. The Dodgers scare me. I looked at every single stat you could think of. Offense, defense, hitting, slugging percentage, on-base percentage, stolen base percentage, stolen bases, batting average, home runs, RBIs, bullpen, and of course, the pitching. ERA, errors, whatever, the list goes on. The only thing that the Braves were better than the Dodgers was stolen bases and batting average. Everything else was Dodgers, and I knew we weren't going to win this game before even Game 1 started, and well before we had a 3-1 lead. But I said this to us. Who knows, maybe I could be wrong, but I'm a realistic Braves fan, not a cocky Braves fan. I've said this. If the Braves don't win Game 6, the Dodgers are going to win Game 7 as well. Exactly what I said before, the Dodgers scare me. The Dodgers were a whole different thing compared to the Marlins and the Reds. Even though I'm upset we lost in the championship series, I'm happy we didn't lose in the World Series like we did the last time with the Yankees in 99. I am disappointed, but I'm happy because you want to know why? The Braves were very underestimated. We were the dark horse team of 2020. I cannot complain, and I'm happy to those Braves that we made it this far. To everyone that says, oh, fire Brian Snitker, no. Think about how many times we made the playoffs and we lose in the first round every stinking time, and even time we don't make the playoffs. This is something, Brian, I never thought I would ever see ever again. Even though we didn't win it all, and even though we didn't win the World Series, I'm happy we made it this far. I'm happy to be a Braves fan. Chop, chop. Now I'm going to get started with the Nationals. Fuck the Nationals. Oh, and Bryce Harper. Oh, hold on a sec, Bryce Harper. Remember when he went to somehow the Phillies because you didn't feel good in Nationals and they won a title the year before without you? Oh, I'm not jealous. Bullshit, Bryce. That's a clown move. That's a clown comment, bro. Oh, and by the way, clown player, where's your title? Everyone won except you. Boo hoo, Bryce. That's a clown player, bro. Anyway, moving on. So, to everybody here and to every sports person in the world, I'll end this off with this. Haha, Cornhuskers. Haha, Patriots. Haha, Kansas City Chiefs. Haha, fuck LeBron sexuals. Haha, everybody that is a bandwagon. As a Bronco fan for 20 years, as a Braves fan for 28, and as a Michigan State Spartans fan for 16 for football and basketball only. Oh, this season of sports was so awesome. Good night, everybody.